name is Darin Wright. This is my lovely wife, Kachia Wright. We've been married now for 20 years.
We dated each other for 22.
Yeah, dated for 2 years. We met at work. I went through a management training program at Bank of America. And when I went to my rotation, I went to her section, and she was a trainer in that section. So that's when I knew, hey, she's very attractive. So my group of people in my training class, we all went to lunch together, and I invited my wife, with Kachia at the time, to go with us. And she went with the group. We all had a good time. Well, next day, I invited her to lunch, and she thought it was the group again. I said, no, it was just me. She says, oh, okay. So we did lunch together the next day. There's the two of us. And I knew then she was a lovely person, smart and intelligent. I was like, wow, I'd like to get to know her better. So it took a couple months, but I kept pursuing and pursuing. And our first date was to the movies. And of course, I was 2 hours late. This is before MapQuest and your phone. So I was too prideful to call her extra directions. So I'm lost driving around, and yes, I went to a payphone. Yes, back in the day they had payphones. So I went to a payphone to call her up and say, I apologize, I'm late, I'm lost. Can you give me some better directions? So she just forget it. I'll meet you at the movie theater, and that's what happened. We met at the movie mall and went to the movie theater together, and I was shocked that we went out again. And our second date, I told her my favorite.
I didn't make it easy though.
That's true. Yeah, she was mad. She was mad. And then our second date, she knew my favorite food was spaghetti and wings, and she made spaghetti and wings for me on our second date. I was like, wow, looks and can cook. Got a winner here. So.
And he wasn't shy about eating.
Nope. Still to this day, I'm not. Still to this day, is not.
Yeah. Well, what he didn't notice that I saw him at the management training too. He stood out in his gray suit. He looked very handsome. He was taller than the rest of the people, so I was able to focus on him. And I liked the way he was looking, and I was very surprised when he wanted to get to know me a little bit better, because I wanted to get to know him a little bit better too. But it was my goal to play hard and see how far he was gonna go.
Well, let's get a question.
Okay.
All right. First question here. What rules do you have for your relationship? For me, I think I can speak from always respect each other. No matter where we are, what we're doing, we have to have respect for each other. No matter if we're having a good time or bad time, you still must show respect. So when I'm out in public, number 1 rule is don't embarrass Kachia. Number 2 rule, don't embarrass Kachia. So I stick with those rules and respect my wife, and we're all good.
Yeah, we do have respect for one another, and if we have disagreements, not too many people will know, because we will handle those disagreements at home. And sometimes those disagreements turn into full-blown fights. Arguments, but we get through that. Another rule is we try really hard not to go to bed angry with one another. Now we have not spoken for a couple of hours, or maybe I've taken, the car and gone shopping or out with friends, but we do eventually talk about it before we go to sleep, and we try to make compromises. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yep.
And then, another rule is financially, we talk to each other about anything that we spend over $200. That way, we all, it's cool.
She's trying to be cheap. Yeah, she's trying to be nice on cheap. Yes, I know. It's okay. What have you learned about yourself because of this relationship? Besides being cheap, learning that about myself. I think the biggest thing I learned about myself is that I'm patient. So I'll tell anyone, one of the hardest things you can do and the best thing you can do is being married and loving someone you're going to family. And you have to learn patience and compromise, because we're both strong-willed people. We're used to having things our way, but it doesn't work in a relationship. You have to give and take. And I'm very fortunate that my wife gives more than I do, so I can't deny that.
Yeah, I would say you are very patient. You know, you came into the relationship with patience. I probably was the one that wasn't as patient as you are. He's been very patient, you know, with me. I sometimes have an attitude, and he'll see past that and get through it. So, yeah, you are.
Thank you.
You're patient. Right, so tell the story of your first kiss.
Oh yeah, I can do that one. I used to have an apartment near Virginia Beach, so on our dates, and that was cheap. I actually still walk to the beach because if you have to drive, you have to pay for parking. I didn't want to do that, so it was about about a half mile walk.
It was
About a mile.
longer than that.
About a mile walk, and that was a typical Saturday. It wasn't a movie. That was a typical Saturday night date. So it was going walking to the beach, especially in the summertime when the weather's nice, beautiful water with the moonlight, and we used to walk on the beach in the water, our feet, hold hands, and that's when we first kissed in the beach, and that's where I started marrying me. Same body, the beach, and my car.
Well, not the first date, though.
My first kiss. You said a kiss.
Well, yeah, not the first kiss. That's not when you asked me to marry.
No, I said,
Okay.
don't correct me again, that camera. But the first kiss, I was talking about the first kiss.
Okay.
Yeah. Respect me, Kachia. Respect me. Last question before she gets mad at me.
Alright. Let's see. Is your relationship a tale of opposites attract or two peas in a pod?
My opinion, I think two peas in a pod, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we're not opposites, meaning that you go left, I go right. We're both conservative people, mild people. We like things a certain way. Yes, I am cheap, but you're not a spending person. You're not spending money.
Yeah, well, we have the same values.
Yeah, values, that's better.
Yeah, we have the same values. We are opposites in the fact that I'm more introverted and he's very outgoing, you know. So I guess that would be it. I'm more spendthrift. He's cheap.
Yeah, we're cheap.
You know.
Cheap.
So.
Oh, no, yeah, this is great. Thank you guys for having us. I'll give you a kiss on camera.
Thank you. Oh, he helps me
Thank you
out.
guys, that was good.
Thank you.